Hello and welcome back to Computercraft. So let's just try and get our turtles in order. So I put this turtle down here, and I noticed that it chooses a section of the ID number to assign individual turtles. So I wanted to make sure I'm quite careful about this because I decided to make this wireless as well. Um, um, so let me just check this. And then can we do gps.locate maybe? Alright. So then what I wanted to do was to actually get the mining turtle as well. So we have both a wireless regular turtle and a wireless mining turtle. And another piece of functionality we need to check as well is I need to check that the labels are correctly set. And we can do that by pressing label get, computer label as builder. And there's another, so the directory has these things on it. So if I wanted to delete, say, example 1, I could just type this, and that would actually remove it from the thing, but I don't actually really want to do that because happy with what we've got so far. And yeah. So that is really all that I wanted to look at for this particular bit. So this turtle is fine for now. In fact, both turtles are fine. I'm happy that I've got two which are wireless and of a different type. So the next thing that I want to look at is to do with, obviously in the last episode, let's try not to select any more turtles. Let's just break that quickly. I'm just going to remove all the turtles from my hotbar. I've obviously got a few here. I've also got a console there, and the console works in the same way. So I'm happy that at least I've actually worked this out a little better. So yeah, I mean, my inventory is not too full at the moment, so that's fine. So what we need to look at is with these things, we can see that they're all serving GPS requests, and they've all been. I've also set labels for each of them, and I will actually go back into creative mode now because I don't. Hopefully, and they're all working fine. However, the point is with the GPS array is that it's very important to actually put it very high up in the world, and essentially in a sort of regular test, you would need to find out the top of the world, because even though at the moment the top of the world, I suppose, is simply the height limit, which is going to be 256 blocks. It's going to go from 0 to 255. We don't actually. It's not really ideal to build right at the very top. Because obviously these things, it's much better to build, at least a little bit inside the boundary, because that way, actually I didn't need to do any of that stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this turtle here anyway, and we're going to do something called a sky test. Obviously in a cave or something, it would be quite useful. What I need to do first of all, actually, is just to look at the fuel level of this. Well, that is unacceptable, so it's funny how that happens. Yeah, I never even looked at it like that. Alright, anyway. So I'm going to want to put some more fuel in here. So I'm going to put 11 pieces of fuel. Do refuel 11. So there we go. There's enough fuel, because it's going to have to go. Basically, I want it to go all the way to the top and then go back down again. So yeah. and I'll put something in there. So yeah, like I said, we're going to do this thing called sky test, and this is going to basically help us to understand what the limit is. So that eventually, when this GPS array goes very high up in the sky, make sure that it's not that it's still actually going to be working, and there's not going to be a problem with placing an actual block somewhere. Now, one of the important things to realize is that you can set any variable like that is setting a variable like that. You can do local, but for a very small program like this, it's not really necessary. So there's that. And also, yeah, so this, like I say, this is very, very simple, this one. So this is simply going to just, so let me just check. So my feet, I believe that means my feet are at 67, so this is at 68, so that's fine. And we'll see. Actually, it does give you a bit more information, doesn't it? It tells you your eye position. So my feet position are at 66. My eye position at 67.6. So that turtle is on 67, I believe. It's not 68. Let's put it on 67 then. Okay, so that's going to increment the HT variable up each time. And hopefully it will end about 250 something. So, and it will keep it going. So it will look for turtle.up returning true. When it returns true, it will increment and it will look for turtle.up returning true, etc. So, yeah, which is always good. Okay. Okay, and also, I believe this will actually it will run a. I'm not sure if it actually run asynchronously. Because I guess when you do a while loop, it sort of checks for these things all the time in a sort of parallel sort of thing. It must be like that, because otherwise it would never actually. Yeah, it must do, because otherwise, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I suppose the place stuff will actually be going on before the. It is interesting to me, like I've always, it's such an important thing to understand. Really understand if these things are going asynchronously. I mean, they can't really. I mean, nothing can really happen asynchronously, can it? Really? But I guess it can. But it's a funny thing. So that's going to be the top layer, and that's going to be that. Okay. So what did I just call it? Let's see. Sky test. All right. So up it goes. A real nice autumn woods biome here. Okay, so we'll just go to the top very briefly. Well, may as well wait for a bit. All right, just go a bit higher. All right, we'll wait at the top. What? How am I going that high? I don't even know what the limit is then. But then again, it might not be placing blocks. There we go. So this has been placed to the height limit. Oh! Damn it. So my parkour skills would have come in handy there. So there we go. So I'm standing at 255. So we look at this. My feet position are at 255. My eyes at 256.6. So basically, this is the highest level it can be placed at. Yeah, which makes sense. So if we can destroy that. Okay. So this is returning nicely. Okay, it's coming in to land right now. And we should, hopefully, that should have been a nice... There we go. Alright. So, that's cool. So maybe I did start, I mean, yeah, maybe I started a bit high, but yeah, I mean, not that, that's, yeah, I spelled it wrong, didn't I? Shit. Alright, so I can actually use what I said before. So we look here then. Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, because it doesn't. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? If you don't type anything, it doesn't actually create it. That's interesting. Anyway. All right, so let's just go back into that. Yeah. So basically, it's not going to make too much sense to have things up above about 252 or 253, because then they might be run into problems and stuff. So yeah. So that's the first thing, anyway. All right. Okay, so the next thing, now obviously then, what we need to think about is these things, because these things have to go all the way up. The problem is these things are only computers, and computers can't fly, which is a bit of a problem. So, yeah. And this one is going to be, the one above is going to be more of a problematic thing. In fact, it probably makes sense to have this one. So they've got the thing on the left there. It doesn't really matter actually that where that goes. So what we're going to have to do, I might just switch back into. And did I? Let me just check something. No, I'm not sure if I really want. So this is the corner here. So I wanted. Okay, so that's the corner there. That's maybe tricky. So that's 2. Well, you know what? Maybe it won't be that bad. I can always change these labels anyway. It may get. Yeah, I don't like it though. So that's 3 there. Oh, I think actually I did that one correctly. So that one's 3. This is 1. You know what? I'm not sure this is going to like it, but I can always do it like this. Let me just set that one to GPS. Alright. Okay, I'm going to need to reset the labels, but I'm not really sure how to just clear. Okay. Let's clear all the labels. Do this again. Because, you know, I think, should I just change it to something arbitrary? No. I want these two to be 3 and 4. So this one can be 2. Alright. Cleared. If I cleared them all. All clear. Do we have the all clear? Alright. No. Alright, so there's going to be 1. 1 is going to be at the top, and then it's going to be 2 directly underneath that one, and then 3, 4. Okay. So. GPS 1. GPS 2. GPS 3. Okay. So this is just pretty slightly over the top what I'm doing here, but oh well. What? How many times am I fucking spelled label wrong? Bloody hell. Why don't you just type in turtle here? So when I type in label, it gives me usages. So what about when I type in GPS? Okay, it gives me usages as well. And when I type in term? No. Alright, I'm not going to worry too much about that for now, actually. But yeah, I mean, it's always, like I say, I always like to just keep on learning more parts of the interface. So there's been a few new ones today, I guess, which is good. So yeah, so I've worked out the height of the area. Now, so it's going to be a case of moving this array upwards, and like I said before, you can't actually do that. So this turtle here is going to be the one that does it. So I am still in survival, which is good. A lot of these turtles are not really required, but that's another same one. Yeah. Oh, I don't think I can really manage to find a way to screw it all up. Alright, let's grab this guy. I think it's better just to have them all wireless, to be honest. I mean, I may be proved wrong there. So I guess probably the best thing to do is just to grab the one up here. So that is GPS 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So I'm going to grab GPS 1. And obviously I could just go straight up and do a pillar up or something, but I don't really want to do that. Because it's not actually the way you're supposed to do it. So I'm going to destroy this guy. Destroyed. So there we go. As you can see, it retains the label. Without labeling it, I'm not sure what would happen, but probably not very good things. So then what I'm going to do is I've got the builder here, right? Okay. So then we're going to grab some dirt, I suppose, as is customary. No, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. So it makes. For some reason I look like it has 2 blocks high there for a minute. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and keep the exact same, you know, XZ plane. Okay. Alright, so I'm directly on top of it here. So, what I'll do is I'll place down the builder, right? Yes, right. Place down the builder here. And then what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to... Well, that'll do, I suppose. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the computer here. I'm also going to have to put the wireless modem in because it needs that. And then what I'm going to do is going to do a launch program. The launch program is going to... Alright, so what we need to do to the for loop is we need to look at the actual current level. Yeah. So my feet are on 72. So I guess I'm at 72. It's always been a bit annoying, this. Now my feet are on 71. So my eyes are slightly above it. So I'm going to go for 71. I'm pretty sure that's right, to be honest. 71. Okay, so the best thing to do here is, because the problem is if it goes wrong, it's going to end up absolutely miles away, which is going to be very, very awkward, which is not really a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to iterate this to 78. And that way it won't be that far away, so it would only take a few seconds to hopefully correct. Yeah, well, it's the aim anyway, I suppose. But yeah, so what basically needs to happen, there needs to be a little bit of, similar to the smelting thing, it's just about moving around in the correct way. Alright, so once it gets to 78, I'm not sure about the usage of this place stuff. This may go wrong, to be honest. But it may not be. Well, we don't need to do that. It may not end up being a problem, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. I may have got the orientation completely wrong. So, well. But yeah, I mean, but this is the functionality is basically to do this, and obviously it illustrates the importance of creating something which creating a label, because unless the totals are labeled, and obviously my methods are not exactly that regular, but yeah. I mean, a label, you know, that's what you need, really. Okay. Yeah, this... There are a range of different peripheral calls, actually. And there's obviously a linkage with the RedNet calls as well. Let's have a look. Okay, let's see what's happened there then. Hmm. $580.70 minus 223. Okay, so that's fairly. That seems to have actually gone pretty successfully. Is that in a direct line above? Yeah, it is. And what is the GPS request saying? Let's have a look. 580.70 minus 223. I see. So what you need to do with this, do I change the start here? Yeah, you see it's coming out with the same stuff here. So what you actually need to do is you need to write it down what the actual coordinates are. So here, for instance, it would be like 80 here. And then, yeah, you actually need to basically, the point being that you have to actually manually set these things. So if I do a reboot now, you see it changes. So actually, it's actually a manual setting of the startup because it doesn't, because the machine doesn't actually know its actual position, so that has to be manually set. But yeah, I mean, but anyway, that was all I really wanted to talk about today. More stuff with this is going to happen next time. So thanks for watching.